What if I told you that the answer to your disgusting, embarrassing, unbearable couch smell has been sitting in a liquor store this entire time for just $1? Your couch cushions are holding on to months of sweat, pet odors, food smells, and bacteria that no amount of Febreze will ever truly kill. And the deodorizer companies know this. They have always known this. But they spent decades making sure you never found out what actually works. Today that stops. You are about to learn the single most powerful fabric deodorizing method ever discovered. A method that professional upholstery cleaners quietly use behind closed doors and never tell their clients about. Stay until the end, because the last tip I share will completely change how you think about every single soft surface in your home forever. Let me paint you a picture. You have guests coming over in 2 hours. You walk into your living room and you smell it immediately. That thick, stale, musty couch smell that hits you like a wall. You spray half a bottle of Febreze on it. The smell comes back in 20 minutes. You try baking soda. You vacuum it up. The smell is still there. You light 3 candles. Your guests can still smell it. You are embarrassed. You feel helpless. And you start wondering, maybe it is time to just buy a new couch. Do you know how many people make that exact decision every single year? Furniture stores are counting on it. The average American family replaces their couch every 7 to 8 years, and smell is one of the top 3 reasons people give for replacing a perfectly structurally sound piece of furniture. That is anywhere from $800 to $3,000 thrown away because nobody told them the truth. And what about professional upholstery cleaning services? Have you ever called one? They will charge you $150 to $400 to come to your home, spray some chemicals on your couch, and leave. And half the time the smell returns within a week. Why? Because they're treating the surface. They're not killing what is actually causing the odor. Odor does not live on top of fabric. It lives deep inside the fibers, trapped in the microscopic structure of the material itself. Bacteria, mold spores, volatile organic compounds from sweat and skin, these things embed themselves at a molecular level. Spraying something on top is like putting a bandage on an infection without cleaning the wound. You are wasting your money every single time. People spend an average of $240 every single year on fabric deodorizers, sprays, candles, and cleaning services, all chasing a result that none of those things can actually deliver. That ends today. Here is what they never wanted you to know. Back in the early 1950s, when the American household products industry was just beginning its massive commercial expansion, independent researchers had already identified that diluted ethanol, plain alcohol, was one of the most effective antimicrobial and odor-neutralizing agents ever discovered for porous surfaces. It did not just mask odors. It chemically broke apart the odor-causing compounds at the molecular level. It killed the bacteria producing the smell. It evaporated completely clean without leaving any residue. It was cheap. It was safe. And it worked on virtually every fabric known to exist. The cleaning product industry saw this research and made a very calculated decision. If the average household knew that a $1 bottle of the cheapest vodka on the shelf could outperform their entire product line, they would lose billions, not millions, billions. So the research was quietly buried. The companies invested instead in manufacturing synthetic fragrance compounds that smelled like cleanliness, but did nothing to address actual odor at its source. They spent millions developing the psychology of the spray bottle, training consumers to associate the act of spraying with the idea of cleaning. They funded studies that focused on surface bacteria while deliberately ignoring the deeper fiber contamination problem. They created an entire market built on a product that was never designed to fully work. Because a product that fully works only needs to be bought once. Only about 1% of people have ever figured this out on their own. Professional dry cleaners know, theatrical costume departments know they have been using vodka to freshen costumes between performances since at least the 1970s. Certain hotel housekeeping teams with old school senior staff know, but the average person sitting in their living room holding a $14 bottle of Febreze has never been told, until right now. Here is exactly what you're going to do and why it works on a level that nothing else touches. You are going to go to any grocery store, any convenience store, any liquor store, and you are going to buy the cheapest unflavored vodka they carry. It does not matter if it costs $1, $5, or $8. What matters is that it is unflavored and it contains ethanol. That ethanol is the active agent. You are going to pour it into a clean spray bottle, undiluted, straight from the bottle, no water added, full strength. Now here is where most people who have heard of this trick get it wrong. They spray it lightly on the surface of the cushion and wonder why it did not work as well as they expected. You need to spray it deeply and generously. Hold the spray bottle about 4 inches from the fabric surface and spray in slow, overlapping passes. You want the fabric to feel noticeably damp, not soaking wet, but genuinely saturated past the surface layer. The alcohol needs to penetrate down into the fiber structure, where the odor compounds actually live. Work in sections. Do one cushion completely before moving to the next. For a standard 3-seat sofa, you will use roughly half the bottle to do it properly. After you spray each section, use your hand to gently press and work the fabric, encouraging the liquid to move deeper into the material. Then leave it completely alone. Do not sit on it. Do not put cushion covers back on. Let it air dry fully in a ventilated space. Open a window. Turn on a fan. The drying process is where the magic happens. As the ethanol evaporates, it carries the odor molecules with it. It does not trap them. It does not cover them with fragrance. It physically removes them from the fabric as it vaporizes. Within 2 to 4 hours, depending on your climate and airflow, the cushions will be completely dry, and the smell will be gone. Not masked, not temporarily suppressed, gone. The ethanol also leaves behind a very brief, very mild alcohol scent as it dries. This disappears completely within 30 minutes of the fabric being fully dry. What you're left with is fabric that smells like nothing. Clean, neutral, odorless fabric. That is what clean actually smells like. Now, let me show you how to make this even more powerful, with 2 additions that cost almost nothing. The first is white vinegar. Before you do the vodka treatment, mix 1 part white vinegar with 2 parts water in a separate spray bottle and lightly mist the cushion surface. Let it sit for just 5 minutes. White vinegar is acidic, and it pre-breaks down certain categories of odor compounds, particularly those from pet urine and food, residue, that are alkaline in nature. The 2 treatments together address a wider chemical spectrum of odors than either one alone. The second addition is a few drops of tea tree essential oil mixed directly into your vodka spray bottle, about 10 to 15 drops per cup of vodka. Tea tree oil has natural antimicrobial properties that work alongside the ethanol to kill bacteria and mold spores that are producing ongoing odor. Without addressing those living microorganisms, the odor can slowly return over time as they continue to produce waste compounds inside the fabric. With the tea tree oil added, you are not just removing current odor, you are preventing future odor from regenerating. This combination of white vinegar, pre-treatment, vodka saturation, and tea tree oil antimicrobial action is what professional fabric restoration specialists quietly use on high-value pieces that their clients trust them with. It is used on vintage furniture. It is used in film and theater production. It is used in luxury hotels that charge $800 a night and cannot afford to have a guest complain about a musty smell. And the total cost to replicate it at home is somewhere between $3 and $6, depending on where you shop. Let me give you the complete room-by-room breakdown so you never waste money on deodorizers again anywhere in your home. Your car seats are fabric, and they trap odor the same way your couch does. Use the exact same vodka spray method on your car upholstery. Spray generously, work it in with your hand, park with the windows open to ventilate. Your mattress is one of the most odor-saturated surfaces in your entire home, and almost nobody ever treats it. Spray your mattress with the vodka and tea tree mixture every 3 months, and you will eliminate the bacterial buildup that causes that old mattress smell entirely. Your carpet holds odor at a depth that surface sprays cannot reach. Do the vodka treatment, followed by a light baking soda application. Let the baking soda sit for 20 minutes to absorb any remaining surface compounds, then vacuum. Your gym bag, your throw pillows, your pet beds, your fabric headboard, your dining chair cushions. Every single one of these responds to this treatment. The rule is simple. If it is fabric and it smells, vodka kills the source. Febreze hides the symptom. One of those costs $1 and actually works. The other costs $14 and keeps you coming back every 2 weeks forever. You now know which is which. There are 3 mistakes that will make this method fail, and you need to know them so you do not waste your time. The first mistake is using flavored vodka. Flavored vodka contains sugars and flavor compounds that will leave a sticky residue on your fabric and potentially attract more bacteria over time. Always use plain, unflavored vodka. The brand is irrelevant. The cheapest shelf option works identically to the expensive ones for this purpose. The second mistake is not allowing complete drying before using the furniture. If you sit on damp alcohol-treated fabric, you will displace the liquid before it can complete the evaporation process that carries the odor away. Give it the full 2 to 4 hours. If your home is humid, give it even longer. Patience at this stage is what separates people who swear by this method and people who try it once and say it did not work. The third mistake is doing only one treatment on a heavily saturated cushion. If your couch has years of embedded odor from pets, smoking, or heavy daily use, one treatment will dramatically improve it, but may not eliminate it completely. Do a second. Treatment 24 hours after the first. The first pass loosens and removes the majority of odor compounds. The second pass catches what the first treatment dislodged but left partially embedded. 2 treatments on a heavily affected couch costs you about $3 total and delivers results that a $300 professional cleaning cannot match. If this changed the way you see your home and your cleaning routine, hit the like button right now, because this information needs to reach every person who has ever felt embarrassed by the smell of their own furniture. Subscribe, because what I am revealing next week will make today look like the warm-up. Next video, I am exposing the single most effective way to remove grease stains from any surface using something already in your kitchen that the cleaning industry has actively suppressed from mainstream awareness. The stain removal industry generates $4.2 billion a year, and almost all of it is built on the same lie as the deodorizer industry. You are not going to want to miss it. And before you go, here's the final tip I promised you. If you have already tried the vodka method in the past and felt like it only partially worked, the reason is almost certainly the concentration. Most people water it down. Do not water it down. Full strength, direct application, generous saturation. That one change will turn a method you thought was average into the most powerful deodorizing tool you have ever used. You are smarter than the industry wants you to be. Prove it.